Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where this mission is stretching into its third episode here. And we need to defeat this Word of Blake Lance. We've already defeated 3, and there may be another one after this one as well. We don't know. So we need to get our Epimetheus braced here. There we go. And of course, the Bandersnatch went down very early on. Not too much to do about it, other than repair it. The Grasshopper is going to charge forward as much as it can, and that's pretty much what we've got going on here. So we're just going to advance. We don't have much for targets. We just need to breach this hill.
Standing by.
Black Knight is going to move up to about here. Looks good. And next up is... who is this? Oh, it's this guy. Hang on. This guy. We're bracing. We don't want to move the vehicles just yet. Okay. So next up is our LRM carrier. We're going to position this about here. I'm probably not going to take any shots here. Yeah, we'll wait on that. We'll do that next round. These guys should die pretty quickly once we actually get visuals, and we can get visuals here. So let's position our Nidhogg there. And I'm going to fire on this rifleman. We're going to drop our Daisy Cutter bomb. Medium range? Okay, fair enough. We're just going to fire everything we've got here. I want to eliminate these guys quickly. We don't know whether there's another Lance or not. I don't want to take as much damage as possible. Okay. That was certainly a lot of damage. No doubt about that. I was hoping the rifleman would go down from that, but that was certainly a lot of damage. Beautiful. Okay, so next up, we're not going to be reserving anymore. This infiltrator moves up. That's fine. We're probably relatively late here. Oh, they actually fired the Thumper artillery. Remarkable. Okay, is the archer going to do anything? No. No, it is not. Because of our reservations, of course, we're a bit further down the move order, but that's okay. Ooh, I like this shot on the rifleman. Unfortunately, they missed literally every missile there. That is very sad. Very sad indeed. The Rhino FST moves up and also fires on the rifleman. That's a much better shot. That did a lot of damage, actually. The rifleman might get knocked down from that. Yeah, I think it will. Fantastic. So the rifleman actually gets destroyed from the knockdown damage. Beautiful. Next up is going to be this Savior repair vehicle. I'm thinking we could position it up over here, but maybe we don't want to move these just yet. That might be a next round sort of thing. So let's get those braced for the time being. Not like bracing vehicles does anything, but let's just get them braced for now. And next up is going to be our crossbow. So the crossbow's a long ways out still. We are within sensor range. 13.4? It's not really worth firing, so I'm not going to do that for now. Next up is our LRM carrier, of all things. I suppose we could just move it up over here. That's reasonably fine. We don't really want to expose it, though. 18.3 on basically all of them except the Flashman. I'll take a 20%, I think. This will just chip down its frontal armor a little bit. Emphasis on little. Okay, that seems reasonably fine. So next up, they're going to start responding, and they are going to really start attacking our Nidhogg. The question is, how effective will their shots be? They're mostly non-missile based, so our AMS isn't going to do all that much over here. However, that Chameleon just didn't fire. So that seems good. Our Grasshopper is going to advance. It is next... I meant for that to go there, but whatever. It is next round that it is going to breach this hill. I do expect quite a lot of shots at the Nidhogg. The question is just how much damage is it actually going to take? We did a lot, no doubt about that. And is there going to be another Lance? That is a question we need to ask as well. That would be a 5th Lance at that point, and yikes. Even if a couple of those initial Lances were smaller, still yikes. The Jerry-Rig Demolisher can definitely get up here and start taking shots at things, although this is going to be firing through this fire. Let's just shoot the heavy rifles, see what we get. A little bit of damage on that Flashman, but he's cover plus guarded. Okay. We have a lot of evasive, and that's, of course... Actually, that's only 6, but even so, that's pretty decent.
Command.
So our crossbow X is going to position about here, and we can fire on any of these except this chameleon. So looking at the hit odds here, 50%, 50%, 30%. So do we want to fire front arc on this Lancelot or front arc on this Flashman? I think the answer is the Lancelot. We are far more likely to penetrate this armor, and I'm going to fire improved MRMs here. Okay, that was a lot of armor reduction there. Yeah, he's braced and in cover, but that was pretty decent, all things considered. Next up is going to be our Black Knight, which is going to sprint on up over this way.
Got it, Commander.
There we go. And then next would be our Rifleman, which is still quite a ways back.
Let's go.
We'll just close that in a bit.
Waiting for orders.
Huh. Audio appears to be getting a little bit crackly. That's awkward. I can't restart the game. We'll have to finish out this mission. But the Devastator will position here, and I'm going to fire the AC-20s into this Lancelot. Okay, and the Lancelot is down. Beautiful.
Target eliminated.
So the question, of course, is, are we going to make it into... Or rather, are we going to have another Lance spawn when we go into the escort zone? That is the question. The Flashman is going to advance here. It's in fire, and it's very, very heavy in the heat. So we'll see what it gets done here. We've got a lot of evasive. Interesting. It fired at our Devastator, but it did, I think, more damage to its allied unit here. That was the Chameleon. Okay. Sounds good. So next up is our Epimetheus. That breaches the hill next round. So that's okay. No major problem there. And this Lancelot is going to move now. That's in a similar state. It's got the 3 ER large lasers. We'll see where it decides to put those. It's going to fire somewhere. But the question is where? It pulls back a little bit. Also shooting at the Devastator there. So that's 2 large lasers into the front arc of the Devastator. That might be the armor of the Devastator weakening significantly. Not really, though. It's not too bad yet. It's getting close, though. So the Marauder is going to close in here. That'll be a next round sort of thing. Okay. Now our Nidhogg is moving, and I want to put our Nidhogg somewhere out over here, ideally. Yes. Right here.
Affirmative.
And we're going to drop additional bombs here. We could swap over to Arrow 4s. This is 24.8 due to minimum range. Okay, fair enough. I'm not going to fire those right now. Let's go.
Firing an enemy pick.
Okay, so we got a rear arc attack there. That was not ideal because we missed the snub nose. That weapon doesn't do that much damage, the weapons bay, unfortunately, but the Infiltrator moves up, and that's reasonably fine. So yeah, we almost penetrated that Flashman's armor, but we didn't. Okay, at this point, I want these guys to start moving up. So I'm going to put the Prime Mover here. And that'll be fine. We'll see what our allied units do. But these guys are not going to last very much longer. Our primary forces are breaching the hill now, and there's very little that they can do to stop us. The Thumper is not firing. Okay. I'm just going to keep our convoy units fairly together here. Archer is not firing. Sure. Next up will be our Grasshopper. And the Grasshopper is going to go about here. We could fire on their Lancelot or on the Chameleon. The Chameleon is the better hit odds, and we're going to take this.
Firing full stop.
Okay, a little bit sad on the autocannon there. But we did get some damage into it anyway. Our allies are kind of not doing anything at this point, so I guess that's fine. The Jerry-Rig Demolisher wants to move in, maybe up over here. The flames on the way are sad, but we'll just position it about there, and that'll give us a shot on any of these. We'll take it on the Chameleon. I'm not going to fire the eye rocket here. It's quite a lot of damage. We're definitely having some weird audio glitches.
Connection on that one.
Okay, well, I'll be restarting the game after this episode, hopefully, so... Hopefully this doesn't cause us to, like, crash or something. This would be a really awkward time to crash. No doubt about it. The Rhino FST is going to attack the Chameleon. And it did some internal damage there. It did make it unsteady, which is useful. But the Chameleon is going to move fairly soon, phase 15. At this point, it is going to be our prime mover here. We're just going to position that right up over here. And our Savior repair vehicle, that'll stick together with the convoy as well. Sounds good. Beyond that, our LRM carrier can position somewhere up over this way. Do we want it to break, or to get LOS here? Or do we want to just leave it out of LOS and lobbing indirect in? I think that's our best bet here. The LRM carrier is very delicate. So we're going to fire on the Chameleon. Yeah, good shot. I like it. So that looks very, very solid. Now there are 2 Blakist units remaining. Next up is our Devastator. And I want to take the Devastator somewhere down here. And we've got only 4 shots of the AC-20 standard left, but keep in mind this does have precision shots as well. Not very many, but it does have them. Looks like our odds are absolutely ideal on the Flashman. So we're definitely going to take this. This could potentially do a lot of damage to the Flashman, but we'll see.
Roger.
That actually was quite a lot of damage to the Flashman. Beautiful. He loses his evasive, but I'm not sure how much we'll actually be able to utilize that. Well, actually, our Crossbow X moves now, so we can use it right now. We're going to position here. We're still firing improved MRMs, and this Flashman is going to take a lot of damage from this. Beautiful. So, that was a lot of weapon destruction.
Critical hit.
No doubt about that. The Flashman is not gone yet, of course, but its armor is incredibly, incredibly low. I'm going to take the Nidhogg around back here, and we can fire on either the Lancelot or the Flashman, and I think the Lancelot is the option here. Yeah, the weapons bay is in minimum range, but that's reasonably fine. This is our last bomb. Okay, we got a couple of structure exposures, though.
I am out of SRMs.
Yes, yes you are. Cool. So the Lancelot is injured, but it's definitely not significantly injured. The crossbow can close in here, and we can lob some missiles at something. Probably, yeah, definitely the Flashman. We might get a knockdown on this. We also might get, like, a torso destruction. We could destroy the Flashman in theory, but I don't think that's going to happen. Yeah. Not a whole lot happening there, and then the Flashman gets to move. So let's see what he does here. Okay. That was a lot of hits on the Devastator, but nothing too significant. So next up is the Rifleman. The Rifleman is not going to get LOS. We're just going to continue to close in over here as much as we can. And then we've got our Epimetheus, and we can move in the Epimetheus up over here. We can absolutely pot shot at this Lancelot. Hit odds are not the greatest out here, but let's see what we've got.
Locked on.
We do not hit the light AC-20, but we do hit a couple of lasers and a few missiles here. Okay, that seems reasonably fine for the moment. Next up is going to be our Black Knight, which the Black Knight is not going to get eyes on the Flashman either. Let's just pot-shot the Lancelot and see what we get done. We would love to eliminate some armor here. Yeah, that's pretty good, actually. Very solid. Okay, next up is our Marauder, and the Marauder can position here and also fire on that Lancelot. Seems okay. We've still got a fair amount of ammo, although we are starting to run low on ammo at this time. Although, given the fact that this is our 4th Lance that we're taking on, this is not surprising. Not surprising in the slightest. So next up is going to be this Lancelot moving. Unfortunately, that means we can't take advantage of that evasive. But we were unlikely to be able to anyway. So what are you going to do, Mr. Lancelot? Also go for the Devastator? I mean, both of these mechs are in bad shape. No doubt about that. Ooh. Going for the Epimetheus. Okay. That's fine. The Epimetheus can absolutely take that. Looks good. So next up is the Infiltrator. Sure. That's a lot of counter jamming. I don't think they're jamming us at this point. So we're going to move in our Crossbow X over here. We're going for the kill shot on this Lancelot. Now, we're in standard MRM ammo at this point, and we only have 1 turn of MRM ammo left. But this is the weak side of this Lancelot, and I do expect to take it down. And there it goes. Beautiful. Okay. So all that's left now is the Flashman. He moves phase 22. So we can take the Prime Mover in to about here, although that's too far away, sadly. Distance from convoy route? Oh, okay. We need to go up on the road over here. Sure, we can go up over here. Seems good. And we're going to use the Prime Mover to attack the Flashman. Just softening it up a bit. That was actually a good shot. Really nice. Okay, so next up, what are we going to utilize? Well, our ally moves first, phase 21. That'll be this Thumper. We'll see what it does. It could fire on them, or it could just, you know, move into a Spore Cloud and not do anything. That works too. Not well, but it does work. So we can't position there, we can't position there, we can position here. We may stray shot, but given these hit odds, I don't think that's very likely. So let's just rake this guy with machine guns and go crit fishing. We could easily kill him. We also barraged him. I didn't necessarily intend to barrage him there, but that is noted. I noticed after I fired that it was a tag arrow 4, so I guess that's fine. If we don't get him finished, he'll finish himself, I guess. So I would like to position... Wait, is he just gone? Oh, he's just gone. Okay. Beautiful. So we don't want to be in that barrage. Noted. We need to get out of combat at this point. So our jerry-rig demolisher, I'm just going to leave where it's at. There is some fire there, unfortunately. The Savior repair vehicle needs to make its way up over here. There we go. And next up is going to be our Grasshopper. I'm going to send some mechs out over this way. There could be additional enemies spawning down here. Okay, that Archer kind of running around at this point. Now, our Devastator absolutely needs to get out of this barrage zone. There we go. This LRM carrier is going to position up over here is, I guess, fine. We are low on ammo for it. And who are we moving now? Our crossbow? Our crossbow needs to attempt to keep up. It's doing a poor job, but it needs to attempt. Next up is our Epimetheus, which is going to go up over here. And sink a little bit of heat. Our Nidhogg is going to position out over this way for now. It still has a couple of bombs left. Specifically arrow 4s. And our Black Knight is going to head up over this direction. Okay, and our Rifleman is going to attempt to climb this hill. The Rifleman and the Crossbow are, of course, having a difficult time with it. The Marauder is going to head up over this way. Is that the end of the round? Yes. Yes, it is. Exiting combat. I didn't see the barrage go off, but it should have. Maybe it didn't go off because the unit it was attached to died. I don't know. That's a possibility, I suppose. Okay, so now we're going to need to make sure that our convoys can get in. The question is, can the furthest vehicle get in? So I want to check the Savior repair vehicle. Oh yeah, it can absolutely make it in. That's distance from other convoy units, though. Okay. Can we get the Prime Mover just inside? No. So it's not going to be a this round thing. It'll have to be next round. We cannot move them in. I guess that's fine. We can put the Grasshopper up over here for now. We can have the Black Knight start to climb this ridge. We can take the Crossbow up the hill a bit. We can take the Rifleman up the hill a bit. And the Marauder can head up and breach that ridge as well. Crossbow X can head this direction-ish. Same with the Epimetheus. The Devastator is definitely low on armor, but that's fine for now. We can put the LRM carrier here. The Nidhogg can position somewhere like here. Demolisher can go here. And then the rest of these vehicles can park like just outside here. I would have liked to get them gone this round, or rather next round, but alas, that is not an option. Okay, it'll have to be this round. So we're going to have our allied units move a bit. We'll see what they do. Probably nothing of significant use. But the real question is, are we going to have another Lance spawn? I've asked that a lot of times. And we don't know until we move in here. We'll find out as soon as we can move. I don't want to move any of our units until we know. So, Prime Mover is going to head in here. I do actually expect there to be another Lance. Additional enemy units up here. Noted. Another heavy bomber? Ooh. Okay, that's rough. A Hetzer, a Wraith, a Hunchback, a Griffin, a Hunchback, and an Ifrit. The Ifrit does have weakened frontal armor. Okay. We're going to move all of our units into the convoy point. So we're just going to do this. Come on, Prime Mover. In we go. Yep, that's fine. In we go. I know you can move there. The Grasshopper, I'm going to position down over here. The Black Knight, we're going to put up on the ridge. The crossbow is going to sprint in as much as it can, along with the rifleman. Again, this was what I expected, was a fifth lance to fight here. So the crossbow X is going to head down over this way. The Epimetheus can position here. The Devastator is going to want to not really expose itself. Same with the LRM carrier. And the Nidhogg is going to want to engage up over this way. But we're not ready to engage just yet, so we're going to want to have maximum amount of damage. Okay, and we're going to put the Jerry-Rig Demolisher about here. Okay, next round, we're going to have our evac ship here. Okay, we do have a significant numerical advantage, and we have a significant weight advantage as well. We're going to want to let them move first, because they've got 12 evasive right now. The Hunchback moves and fires on that APC. Ooh, at that range, it hit its AC-20. That's extremely rough. But luckily it hit the APC, which was the unit that had a lot of armor. So that's okay. The Thumper moves up. I'd love to see it actually fire its gun, but it didn't. We're going to continue to reserve until after that Ifrit moves. Once the Ifrit moves, then we can start to take actions here. Yeah, our ally is just doing random stuff there. Okay, so the Ifrit is, of course, here in phase 18. So it'll move this next round. We're not going to reserve any more beyond this, I suspect. That Hunchback has 4 evasive. He might be a good target for us. And that is indeed who our ally is attacking here. Good armor reduction on the Hunchback there. That side arc is now significantly weakened. I like it. The Ifrit is going to move now, as well as this Griffin, and we don't really care about the Griffin. We do care about the Ifrit. We'll see what it does. We'd prefer that it not get into range to drop a bomb right here. That would be rough. We would definitely lose our bonus, although we have a number of other bonuses. Okay, it's attacking our Epimetheus from quite a long range. That was a lot of damage. No doubt about that. That was a lot of damage. It did burn a lot of its armor, or rather a lot of its ammo, and it doesn't have any evasive now. This repair vehicle is just going to stay where it's at. And then we're going to have another unit attacking here. It's probably also going to fire at our Epimetheus, which took a lot of damage from that. There's no doubt about that. A lot of armor damage. No internal damage as of yet. But they're probably going to try to take advantage of that. These are very long-range shots, and we'll have a bit of a hard time engaging at this range. But we'll see what happens here. So that Griffin moves forward, probably... Okay, it fires also on the APC. That APC is fine for the moment. It is the most armored enemy, or rather the most armored escort unit there. So our Black Knight is going to want to head out over this direction. Maybe we keep it still, though. 54% hit odds on that Ifrit, and I'm going to take those. That front arc is already damaged, and I don't want to take more shots from this thing. It definitely has more ammo. It did not utilize all of it. And we have a golden opportunity to shoot it down here. We're going to take it. So, phase 17, this is going to be this Hetzer and this Wraith. That's all fine. It is, however, about time to put yet another cut in here. And since there's still a full lance up here, I think I'm going to do that. This is probably going to be a knockdown on our Epimetheus. Our rear armor is doing okay. You gonna get knocked down, Savarok? Yeah, there you go. Okay. Our rear armor is doing okay, although that was apparently a structure exposure perhaps in the arm. If we can scroll over here, I would take a look at that. Yeah, this is in the arm. What's in that arm? 2 medium lasers and an SRM-6. Okay, that's not a big deal. So next up is going to be this Wraith ace piloting, and then we get to move. Okay. So I'm going to put a cut in here, and next episode, we're going to finish this one. At long last. There's been a lot of enemies. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Kentogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button and down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.